Hey, and welcome back to the channel, everybody. How are they hanging? Today I'm going to talk to you about my motor lever lengths and my connecting rod lengths. This is going to include my front motors here, which you can see. Then we're going to have a look at my surge axis, have a look at that motor lever and the connecting rod to the trolleys. And we're going to have a look at the traction loss lever and then the rod that connects the lever to the fixed pivot point for the traction loss. Let's start with the front motors. The front motor connecting rods here, right, they're a critical measurement to keep your top frame level. The universal joint sets the actual height of the top frame. So you need to match your connecting lever rods here that connect your motors to your top frame. They have to be the correct length, so then your top frame is level, okay? It's not going to be like this. It's not going to be like this. These rods are going to determine that it is level. So once your motor levers here are level, the distance from the center of your connecting bolt onto your connecting rods here that goes through your rose end to the top rose end that is connecting your top frame, that measurement determines whether your top frame is going to be level, and it needs to be level. So with my motion sim and with my levers, let's start with the levers. So where my levers are welded onto the motor shafts, so the center of the motor shaft, to the center of the hole that's drilled through the lever to take the connecting rod bolt, they're 90 millimeters, okay? So my front motor levers, and they're both the same, left and right, 90 millimeters from center of shaft to center of hole in the end of the lever. The connecting rods, center of rose end to center of rose end on the bracket that is connected to the top frame is 210 millimeters in length. 210 center rose end to center rose end. Let's have a look at the surge axis. Center of motor shaft to center of rose end, it's 90 millimeters in length. Let's have a look at the connecting rod. Okay, so the rod that connects to the trolley, pushes the trolley, another important measurement. Center to center, that is 240 millimeters. 240 millimeters. Traction loss lever from center of motor shaft, center of rose end is 200 millimeters in length. 200 millimeters. And then the connecting rod that goes from the motor lever rose end to the fixed pivot point, okay, gets welded to the bottom plate, okay. That rod from center of rose end is 565 millimeters. Another very critical measurement is the clearance that you will have from the top of your surge motor lever to your top frame. So the way my motor lever sits when my trolley system is centered, right, allowing me to have 105 millimeters travel fore and 105 millimeters travel aft, is where my motor lever is vertical, putting it at the closest point that it will be to the top frame. And this distance between my lever and the rose end here, when it's in its center position to the top frame here, is 50 millimeters. So that's ample clearance for anything that the top frame is going to need to have for pitching and for rolling, or those things all happening at the same time. It'd be pretty rare, I think, where they may clash even if it was closer. You would have to have the lever obviously in its center position, so the surge centered when this is rolling and pitching, for them possibly to come into contact, but this will never ever come anywhere near that at 50 millimeters clearance. You could probably get away with sort of 30 millimeters clearance. It'd be one of those things where you'd need to basically test your roll, test your pitch to make sure you do have the clearance at max pitch, okay, and max roll, for example, when the lever would be in its central location for the trolley rail. That's going to be pretty rare, because when you're driving or when you're flying, you know, this is going to be not really sitting in the center that frequently at the same time as the top frame may be rolling or pitching. But you would want a minimum of 30 millimeters clearance, in my opinion. 50 millimeters is ample. So that's also going to determine in a lot of ways how long this lever can be. You might think, well, I might have a longer lever so I can have more surge. The other determining factor there though is going to be, are you going to have enough rail? My rail, the way it's set up at the moment, my surge on its aft, when it comes all the way back, my universal trolley is right at the end of the rail to get that 105 millimeters, and that all has to be set up like that basically, so then my pedal cage is in the right location and not interfering with my front motor mounts. The whole thing has to be balanced. These lever lengths, these rod lengths and all that sort of stuff, it all goes together with how the sim has to be actually balanced, not just balanced for weight, but balanced in its distance, okay? Pedal cage from front cross member motor mount, all these sorts of things all come into play with these lever lengths, these connecting rod lengths. That's why my lever lengths and my rod lengths are all the lengths that they are that we've looked at today. So then I've got all the clearances I need with the motion sim, clearances from top frame level, traction loss as well, so it's operating how it needs to operate and be on the bottom plate, but giving me lots of traction loss. That's how mine all sits together. I hope this has been helpful. If this has helped, don't forget to like and subscribe. And until I see you in the next video, you guys stay safe, stay healthy, and take it easy out there.